She was called the Spy Princess, but behind the title was Noor Inayat Khan, a quiet storyteller who became one of the most remarkable agents of World War II. Born of two worlds, Indian royalty and American heritage, her life would test the limits of courage, silence, and sacrifice. Noor was born in 1914 to Hazrat Inayat Khan, an Indian Sufi master descended from Tipu Sultan, and Aura Ray Baker, an American who embraced Sufism. Their union blended East and West, filling their Paris home with music, poetry, and stories of moral courage. Noor grew up with harp, piano, and sitar as her soundscape, and with values of compassion and peace as her compass. These were not just lessons, they were foundations for what lay ahead. As a child and young woman, Noor flourished in creativity. She studied psychology at the Sorbonne, music at the Paris Conservatory, and published 20 Jataka Tales in 1939. By then, she was also broadcasting stories on Radio Paris. To the world, she seemed destined for an artistic life. To herself, she believed in non-violence. In 1940, Nazi tanks rolled into Paris. Noor and her family fled, abandoning everything. Arriving in England as refugees, she saw firsthand what tyranny meant. This was the turning point. Pacifism would remain in her heart, but resistance would become her duty. In England, Noor joined the Women's Auxiliary Air Force. At first, she worked as a wireless operator, mastering Morse code. But her fluency in French and her quiet determination caught the attention of the Special Operations, Executive Churchill's secret army for sabotage and espionage. While some doubted her gentle nature, others saw her resilience. She endured intense training in disguise, weapons handling, survival, and the brutal art of resisting interrogation. The storyteller was being transformed into a shadow warrior. On the night of June 16, 1943, Noor was flown into occupied France. Her alias was Madeleine. Paris was a city under constant surveillance, its streets crawling with Gestapo agents. Within weeks, her network was dismantled, her comrades arrested. Ordered to evacuate, she refused, knowing she was the last radio link between the French resistance and London. For 3 months, she transmitted vital intelligence, constantly changing locations, carrying her bulky suitcase radio through the alleys of Paris. She outlasted the life expectancy of most operators, who rarely survived 6 weeks. In October 1943, Noor was betrayed and arrested. Taken to Gestapo headquarters at Avenue Foch, she faced relentless interrogation. She revealed nothing, not her name, not her contacts, not a single code. Twice she tried to escape, defying her captors even in chains. The Gestapo labeled her highly dangerous. She was shipped to Pforzheim prison in Germany, shackled hand and foot, beaten, and kept in solitary confinement for 10 months. Still, her silence never broke. In September 1944, Noor and 3 other agents were taken to Dachau concentration camp. At dawn on September 13th, she was executed. Witnesses remembered her final word, liberté, freedom. It was not a plea, but a declaration. Her courage denied the Nazis their victory. Her silence protected the resistance. She died not as a victim, but as a soldier for liberty. After the war, Noor was awarded the George Cross in Britain and the Croix de Guerre in France. For decades, her story remained little known. But today, she is honored with statues, memorials, and plaques. In London's Gordon Square Gardens, a bronze bust marks her place in history, the first memorial in Britain to an Indian woman war hero. Noor's life reminds us that true heroism is not the absence of fear, but the strength to face it. Her last word, liberté, still echoes as a universal call for justice.